And welcome everyone to the Circle Debate Podcast, top 5 picks of the week here on Circle Debate. The host Stevie is when I've been seeing. I was supposed to be joined by the director, but unfortunately he couldn't make it last minute. And hopefully Big Dan will join me and give me his picks on time. If not, I'll be giving his picks on time. But I'm here live to go ahead and let you guys know that the top 5 picks of the week that we're doing is none other than top 5 D-Generation X moments. That is right, ladies and gentlemen. Since this marks down to Monday Night Raw, we're going to have their 25th year anniversary, the season premiere for Monday Night Raw. So we want to go ahead and commemorate here and giving our top 5 D-Generation X moments. And, of course, we already know that D-Generation X, of course, was founded on August 11th, 1997, when it was a formation between Shawn Michaels, Triple H, and, of course, Chyna and Ravishing Rick Rude, which everybody forget that Rick Rude was part of that faction. So, I mean, remember, it was a part of the faction. They were part of that, of course. The first faction. So, I mean, and then, of course, right after WrestleMania 14 in 98, then, of course, 97, I believe it was. Then from there, no, 98 it was. Then from there, we did had the debut of other individuals after Mania 14. But, we're here to go ahead and give our top five picks, which I'm going to go ahead and give mine very shortly. So let me just go ahead and let you know what is my number 5 of this top 5, my DX moments, which I want to pull up the pictures here for you guys. And, of course, I'm going to go ahead and pull it here. Let's see here. All right. Let me just go ahead and pull it up here. All right. Okay. All right. My number 5 was, of course, D-Generation X controls Monday Night Raw. And, of course, when we had Armando Estrada, which I didn't really say it, but let me bring on. There he is, ladies and gentlemen. Big Dan is here and has a D-A-N here. That is right. So, yeah, I was giving my top. So, I'm going to start off, actually, as a matter of fact, Dan. I'm going to go ahead and start off. So, my number 5 is when it was DX controlling Raw. And that was in the time when we had, if you remember on Raw, when you had Armando is a lot of and then he couldn't really speak because the whole like all those freaking sound effects. And then of course, then we had Vince McMahon's his microphone was cut off, and that was the Darth Vader. And then of course the infamous picture, I love
it's a chicken, damn it now.
It's a shit rooster, damn it. That's a cock.
Yeah.
It's a cock, Vince. But yes, man, I really enjoyed that segment, that moment of Raw. And I'm trying to remember what Raw was it. I don't remember what date. That's what I'm trying to remember, man. I forgot.
I can figure that out.
Yeah, because man, that was an epic for me of all time. I think that was like one of my favorites right there.
Oh, it's July 3rd, 2006.
There you go. July 3rd, 2006. Of course, then the shirts came out. Vince likes. I wish I could have bought that shirt now. I'm going to look for that shirt just to have it. All right. At number 4, the State of the Union, of course, DX. The State of the Union. That one, of course, I really enjoyed. That's when, of course, Triple H took the stand. And I'm trying to remember what Jesus, what did he say on that? Okay. Oh, we cannot use the word. What did he say? Shit. Fuck. Man, I forgot what other ones he said he was not able to use. And, oh, man, that was like one of my favorite ones there. And, of course, Shawn Michaels being the Clinton. No, I did not sleep with that woman. But I was up all night. Yeah. See, Shawn Michaels was like, okay. Oh, the State of the Union. That was actually great. I really enjoyed that one. I really did. My number 3 will be the Corporate Degenerates. That's right. That is. Oh man. Let's see, I'm trying to look for the picture as the corporate. Oh my god. Oh my god. That one I did love as much. That was like one of my top favorites there. Oh, I have to. Yes, I found the picture. Yes, I really enjoyed this one. They pulled it off because he had, of course, Road Dogg being Vince, of course, Billy Gunn being Shane McMahon, X-Pac being Ken Shamrock, Triple H, of course, being The Rock and China, but I don't know. She was a big boss man when she was throwing the nightstick around and she couldn't even catch it. And it just X-Pac was going, ah! Just, oh my god! The two midgets, no disrespect to to them, but to the two midgets right behind Road Dogg, being Pat Patterson and Gerald Briscoe. Oh, I love your ass, Mr. McMahon.
Yeah.
I was like, I really fucking enjoyed that one. That was like one of my favorites. But the other favorite for me has to be, of course, my number 2 pick. My number 2, of course, when We Are the Nation, when the TX dressed as the Nation. Oh, that one was one of my favorites. Oh, that one, I remember when I first saw that one, I couldn't stop laughing. Everything overall. Road Dogg was the one that made me laugh the most because he was a Beetle. He was Below. And then he would just go up to the ring and just shake his head.
Oh my god, look at that own heart.
Oh my god. Jason, what was his? Jason Sensation? Oh, I remember that. Jason Sensation. Well, enough is enough. It is time for a change. And oh my god, this sounded like Owen Hart. Just hearing the commentating of Jerry Lawler's commentating was so fucking epic because he couldn't stop laughing himself. And I could. Oh man, that was like one of my favorite moments because and especially, well, Mizark Henry, and like, I know you got a hell of a body, and the Croc got a hell of a body himself, but the people want to know, how did you get your pecs to go around to the back of to your waist? And then that's when Road Dogg was like, what he wants to know is how, shut up, and he just goes on top. Oh man, that was epic for me. I really fucking enjoyed that one. And of course, my number 1, for me was one of my favorites because I like it. I enjoyed it, and that was, of course, when DX on Vince McMahon's private jet plane. Oh my god, that was insane. Just that whole fucking the whole scenario with Michaels, being how remember the beginning when he was rolling around. I'm like, what the fuck, like, are okay, and then realizing they're actually in the fucking plane, and I was like, oh man, it was just amazing. I really enjoyed it. I think that was like one of my favorites because they seen Vince piss the fuck off. I fucking really enjoyed it. There you go. Fucking love it. I love it.
And that was one of the lead ups to that Hell in a Cell match that they had with Vince, Shane, and Big Show.
Oh, that's right.
Me and Marcus covered that a couple weeks ago for Unforgiven 2006 and talked about a match right there.
Right. Oh, I really enjoyed it. I mean, it was hard to find all my other top 5s. There were so many that I had still like. I
just started one too. I'm gonna mention it as an honorable mention. And
hell yeah!
Had I thought of it, it probably would have been in my top 5.
All right, we'll take it away. The floor is yours.
I got an honorable mention is when DX goes under the ring, and they go into Little People's Court.
Oh!
It just popped in my head. thinking about it when they go under and they go to court and it's with all the midgets because they were messing around with the Hornswoggle. And it's like they go into there, they're like, shit. They're like, it's like a whole different arena under here. They go to the different doors, they go in there, they finish, they come back out, and then they do that the program where they save him, and then they let him join DX. But that whole thing about them going under the ring and dealing with little people's court, that's hilarious, right? Yeah, exactly.
That shit is hilarious. Oh my god. I fucking love it. All right, take it away.
But number 5 is Triple H and HBK. They reunite against the Spirit Squad. Of course, the Spirit Squad was attacking Triple H, and Vince was there, of course, you know. And then our son HBK comes out, helps him clear. They stare at each other for a second, and then they give the high 10. And then you see the disdain on Vince McMahon's face as they give him the suck it. And then they reunite. That was the beginning of the summer there where they reunite. They fight the Spirit Squad. And then, like I said, they do Unforgiven where they fight Vince, Shane, and the Big Show. That was a cool thing to see because they hadn't been together since WrestleMania 14 for the most part.
That's very true.
Number 4, I got the DX reunion at Raw 1000. See not just Shawn and Triple H. You also got the Road Dogg. You got Jesse James. You got Badass Billy Gunn. You got, of course, X-Pac. You got them all there, which was cool. It was kind of like them, but then they had a little bit of the click there as well at the end. But that was cool. I love that. I love seeing them all together because, like, when you think of DX, they had the 2 different versions. You had the version with HBK, Triple H, Chyna, and Rick Rude. And then you got this version, which is kind of like the version where after HBK went away with the injury, where Triple H stepped up and became a main event guy. So, like, I usher that into him making that next step up from mid-card to main event. And then they did all those, like, they found a way to kind of just outdo the original DX, even though some of the best promos were with just HBK and Triple H, but these were the funny moments that they did. But it was cool to see them all together, and we would see it several times, and we're going to see it this Monday. So that's something to think about right there. Number 3, how can we mention DX without invading the scope when both WWE and WCW were in Virginia? I forget where WWE Raw was, but I knew that WCW was at the scope in, of course, Norfolk, Virginia. They take a tank and they go right outside the building. They're at the gate and they're banging on the door. And you hear the stories of, like, Kevin Nash and them, like, oh, we were on the other side. We wish we could have opened. And then you hear Eric Bischoff. If I would have known they were there, I was out in the ring, I would have told them to come in. I would have told them to come in and see what happened. And I wish that would have happened.
I know. I would have wondered. I wish it would have happened too. What would have happened if he would have opened the door at a minute? I would have been like, whoa.
Yeah, because he said when it happened, he was out doing a promo in the ring during Nitro. So it's like, if he would have let them in, let them invade, how would a TV reacted on both shows? You would have been at Nitro, be like, holy shit, we're being invaded right now. And then Raw, like, we're invading Nitro right now. 2 different networks, like, trying to videotape it at the same time and everything. And you probably would have seen all the WCW characters just cracking up in the background, like trying to save face there. But that was my number 3. Number 2 was night after WrestleMania 14, where Triple H takes ownership of DX we were wondering what was going to happen with HBK. He says DX has moved on. When you gotta make stuff going, you lean to your friends, aka the clique, and then out comes out X-Pac, and then later, I think later in the night is when they usher in the New Age Outlaws, who were doing their own thing because of it's crazy to think that Outlaws, how great of a tag team they were, and they were put together by accident. They were just supposed to be a 1 week wonder, and they wound up being one of the best tag teams of all time, and then going to DX and paired together, and then that was just a magical night that got popping. We always talk about the night after Mania being one of the biggest nights because you want to see these types of things happening. And then number one, the State of the Union address, just like you said. Back then, they were doing whatever they wanted. They were cutting promos that Vince McMahon wasn't so proud of. But when the ratings came on, like he was like, you know what, just do what you gotta do. I like this one, but then I also like the one where they're like, we are DX, we will break them, or whatever it is. Where they got the name when they're doing the back and forth with, of course, the Hart Foundation. It's crazy to think that the two runs of DX probably amounted to no more than 2 years.
That's true.
Yet we get so many moments from them because it was the 2 years in a row, and then it was kind of like on and off for like a couple months here and there. It seems like they were bigger than what they were, but they had a big effect on just fans and the business. Like how many people you see doing the Suck It Now, the DX shirts whenever they come out. Everybody's clamoring to tune into the TV. They were basically they ushered in, like if it wasn't for like The Rock and whatnot, they were ushering in that Attitude Era. They were like taking chances and kind of like they're pushing the boundaries, and I dug every part of it. Like this was me being in high school. I was watching this. Yeah. Like I was tuning in every week, both this and Nitro, and I know for this one, me and De Niro covered this on his show, the Wrestling Delorean, because it ushered into that part of time right before they got to Survivor Series with the in Montreal Screwjob. This was only like 2 months beforehand.
Oh yes.
So it was the lead up to him and Austin. So it was like he had so much going on, and DX was at the forefront of it. I remember they had 4 segments on that one Raw, 4 segments, and at that point in time, that's huge.
That is huge.
Yeah.
That is huge, man. I love it, man. I even know it was a quick 20-minute here, but I mean, it was only us two, which is awesome. I mean, we got it out of the way, which is awesome, and I appreciate you for taking the time. I know.
Yeah, it's perfect timing too because you got the reunion on Raw this week, with the 25-year reunion, which is crazy to think about. It makes me feel old.
It's shifting. We're on the same page. But we got to give next week's top 5 because I know we're behind because we've been, life comes ahead of us, which I wanted to do this last weekend, but I want to do it next Friday. And you're going to come with us too, man. We're going to do top 5 Kane moments. That's got to be Kane. Because why? On October 5th, 1997, he made his debut as Kane. So right there, we're going to celebrate, of course, the anniversary of Kane. So, man, 1987, 2022. That's 25 years of Kane as well. 25 years of Kane.
I always do remember because it's October, and then the night he debuted was when Brian Pillman Sr. passed away. The same day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're right about
So
that.
I always remember that. But just a sneak peek with Kane moments, you're going to be seeing a little bit of therapy. So
Yeah,
I'll tell you that. I'll tell you that one.
Oh
A little
man,
bit of
yeah.
therapy.
I am excited. I can't wait for it. And De Niro will be back joining us for sure for that one. I know he's excited, and I'm looking forward, man. But man, I appreciate you guys. Don't forget to go ahead, of course, subscribe to my brother Dan here. As I'm gonna finish checking it out. Of course, his interview that he had with Al Snow, which check that out on Cage by IQ's YouTube channel and on the social media platforms. Because I want to see that. I need to catch up on that one.
It was my buddy Dave, me and another podcast, the Working Fans Podcast, are doing a collaboration where they are releasing 5 of my interviews that I did in the past on their channel, and then I'm releasing 5 of theirs on mine once a week. And then we're starting a collaboration. I just went on their combat cast this week, and they're going to come on one of my shows as well. It's just buddies of mine that have podcasts that we always got well together. So now we're collabing together to help each other out.
Awesome. Love it, man. But there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. We appreciate you guys. Very quick right here, 20 minutes. But hey, this best 20 minutes because it's good for Raw because I'm excited. I know Dan, he's going to have a busy weekend, so he won't be around because tomorrow I will be joining the real TK. Banger, banger, banger. I will be on the course of Wrestling Index podcast because I'll be doing a watch-along live for Extreme Rules. So I'm excited for that. My first watch-along. So that's going to be
watching for rabbits.
Be watching for rabbits. Silly rabbit tricks are for kids. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, the host of DBS1 IBC with my other host right here, my brother Dan. You'll see us on Tuesday night as we're going to be recapping New Japan Declaration of Power. So I'm excited for that. And we're hopefully one day, Dan and we're going to do a watch along on New Japan. We're going to have to do it super late, but we're going to do it one day for sure. It's bound to happen. It's going to happen. I'm asking for the day off just for us to do it.
Yeah,
I'm really going to want to ask for the day off. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we'll catch you guys next week. And stay safe out there. Enjoy the weekend. And as you can tell, as you know, we don't podcast. We make fucking history. Peace.